Hello, everyone. This is Pal Ponder on Weather coming at you with another video. Today is Thursday, January 30th. In this update, we're going to update you about the nor'easter and then this little potential clipper system that's going to move through, but then a stronger cold front that's going to move through by the middle of next week that's going to bring some snow with it. So, before I do get started, if you do like weather related content, please subscribe to my channel as I will upload about 5 videos a week to keep you updated. All right, so let's get started. So here, let's take a look at the overall surface map. We put out a video like Friday, about, 9 days ago about this potential nor'easter that's going to be coming up potentially for this weekend. A lot of sources were talking about it. A lot of the data was talking about it. A lot of the model guidance was talking about it as this system moves up. And so I've been getting a lot of comments. Well, I need to update on the nor'easter, but I really haven't even talked about it because it's not even going to come to fruition. And so this system had two potential ways to go, and let's walk through the guidance. So it had that low pressure system developing off in the Gulf of Mexico on Friday by the end of the month, and as this swung up the east coast off the southeast coast, it developed a low pressure off the Virginia coastline. And we had two ways to go. This could bring it right up the East Coast, or come just fading right off the East Coast and dump some heavy snow that a lot of the guidance was going to I was actually showing for this upcoming weekend based on that track. But throughout the week, a lot of the guidance has swung this way right and brings it well offshore. And so it's still going to happen, but it's just going to be so far offshore that there's nothing to tap into, and bringing nothing to hardly any effects to the Northeast whatsoever. And that's why I really haven't even been talking about it. But I wanted to give you an update of what happened. Like I said, the jet stream has just been so strong in the upper part of the country. The polar jet has been lifted well up north, and by the time it taps into that west east flow, it just swings so fast, and it's out to sea, and it's nothing to tap into. So it's still going to happen. Like I said, it drops down to 978, but then it brings that heavy snow into Nova Scotia instead of over the Northeast. So the only effects you're really going to see from that particular system is some light snow showers into Maine, and off a little clipper system that's going to come through Saturday into Sunday, but might just bring a dusting, maybe an inch to some places in the mid-Atlantic and in the Northeast. Now we have a stronger system coming in by the middle of next week. I know Denver's has been going through a drought lately. They had winter come in strong. They had like 12 separate snow events in October and November, and they've been kind of in a drought ever since. They've been maybe 3 inches of snow since December 1st, and so on that major pattern change, it's going to filter back in for you guys, and it's going to swing more snow into your area. So the drought's over for you. You're going to be over for you guys in Denver as that snow starts to tap into that stronger cold front by the middle of next week. So the source is coming from the northwest. So it's going to come, the cold source is from the northwest, filters down to the central part of the United States, and then it fades east. Okay. But along that, it's going to dump some heavy snow into Colorado, Utah, into Wyoming and parts of New Mexico, and then rain on the south side. And so you can look at some of the temperatures out ahead of it. Yes, we do warm up again in the south and southeast. It's pretty common. You have compressional heating, so a lot of times you're the warmest you're going to be, but before a strong cold front comes in. Like for example, Dallas is going to be 73 on Tuesday. We haven't been in the 70s in several weeks. But then we have a strong cold front that's going to knock us down to the 30s for highs, which we haven't seen all winter. So it's about a 40-degree swing. So, but then like I said, that low pressure is going to tap into that cold air and bring some more snow into Kansas, where we had that earlier snow event this week on Tuesday and Wednesday in the Panhandle, where it dumped a couple inches. It dumped several inches into Oklahoma. It dumped an amazing amount in Kansas. One spot had 15 inches of snow, and you're going to get more snow this week. And it brought some more snow into Missouri. Places like Columbia, Missouri had another snow event. I think that was like their 4th one this year. So now they're into double digits, even for Missouri for snow totals. But it's going to be dumping more snow into Colorado, Kansas, and Nebraska by Tuesday morning of next week as that cold front is moving south. And it's going to dump more snow as we swing on to the afternoon time frame, tap into that low pressure, rain on the southeast side and the east coast, and then dumping some more snow into Iowa as this swings up in extreme Illinois into Indiana. But I want you to take a close look at this little low pressure that's going to be developing off the southwest coast. Could bring some snow for you guys in West Texas by Wednesday of next week. And you can see that kind of tapping into some of the model guidance has this snow, and you guys have not seen any snow. I know one of my followers commented the other day that he's moving from Phoenix, and he hadn't seen any snow there, and he's moving to Lubbock. And so he's moving there this weekend, and that'd be pretty cool because he hadn't seen snow in forever. As long as he lived in Phoenix, it's never snowed in Phoenix hardly. And then to see actually some snow a couple days after you move in, so that would be pretty cool. But it taps into that, like again, a little bit more snow for you guys off that low pressure in that cold front by the middle of next week. And as this swings up the East Coast, again, this cold source is going to be moving from the Northwest to down to the central United States and fade east. So yes, by the time it gets to the East Coast, it's going to run out of cold air because it's originating from the Northwest. The pattern change outlook was coming from the Northwest to the central. That yes, the EPO goes negative, but the P&A goes negative also. So that brings the cold source well west and brings it cold source into the Northwest United States and filtering down to the central United States, and then it fades east as it moves east. So if we take it out another frame, you can see that low pressure kind of fading itself out, dumping some more snow into West Texas, and then it'll extreme amounts into off the New England coast by the middle of next week. If we take a look at some of the temperatures, these are high temperatures for next Wednesday, and you can see this cold source change coming from the Northwest, and these are high temperatures, 30s, not even going to get above freezing in West Texas if this snow potential plays out off that low pressure. But then you can kind of see where that snow is going to fall into the Northwest, especially into Colorado, and then that southeast ridge hangs on tight for much of the southeast and into the East Coast. If we take a look at some of the snow amounts, and this is based on the Euro model, and I think this has the best guidance. I know I'll show you the Canadian and the GFS, but I just think they're just a tad bit bullish. But it has that potential clipper system that's going to come in Saturday and Sunday. But the main system is off the cold front. So the Northwest stays active. For sure, it stays active with rain and more snow in the mountains. But then now Denver's going to get into the action by the middle of next week. It has that snow amounts into West Texas off that potential low pressure. So I'll be fine tuning that for you guys in West Texas. But a pretty good snow swath in the middle of the country where it's off that cold front, where that's going to kind of gives you a demarcation line throughout the middle of the week, where it's going to dump more snow into Nebraska, into Kansas, extreme amounts of Missouri, into Iowa, Illinois, and up into Michigan, and then just fading into New England, upstate New York, into Vermont, New Hampshire, and northern amounts of up into Maine. Now here's the latest Canadian model, and it still has that snow in West Texas, but it has a dry slot in the middle, and then it fades. It brings more snow in off in the Northeast, but the GFS model is probably the most bullish. But all three bring that snow into Texas, and it has a heavier amounts into again off that cold front. But the GFS has been fairly hot lately, meaning it's been way too bullish. So I would favor the Euro guidance at this point to kind of give you a realistic amount of how it's going to play out. So that kind of gives you an overall look of how the next several days is going to play out with this little clipper system, and especially the stronger cold front by the middle of next week. Be sure to like this video and definitely share with your friends on those social media. And please subscribe to my channel. And I'll be putting out my February outlook this weekend. So be looking forward to that. And catch me in the next video where I protect you before and after the storm.